Yes, we are. Ladies and gents, welcome. We've got a very interesting little map here. We do Mega Random very frequently on this channel for our Exploding Kings games, our free-for-all, Regicide games. And Mega Random has spawned into 8 separate little islands that all connect to each other. We'll talk about it. But again, the idea here is that we've got 8 players all wanting their name to be associated with glory, all wanting to be the winner at the conclusion. But they will need allies, they will need friendships that they will eventually have to break away from. And I'm sure there will be lots of craziness that happens along the way. So let's get our introductions in. In the blue, we're staring at him. We've got Rodrigo playing as the Vietnamese. In the red, we have McBeast playing as the Spanish. In the green, we've got Max Power playing as the Bulgarians. In the purple, we have Crackers playing as the Cumans. In the orange, we've got Roberts playing as the Mongols. Ooh, it's been a long time since we had Mongols in a community game. Anyways, in the yellow, we have Engels de Stoats. I think we might just say yellow or Engel. Okay, we're going to keep it simple. In the gray, we've got the Sheriff playing as the Sicilians. And then last but not least, we have Freeloading, who's playing as the Magyars here in the teal. Orange, 2 minutes into this game, says, what's the hotkey for your town center? So either his hotkey was changed recently because the game was bugged, or he doesn't actually have a town center hotkey, which could be a little bit concerning, as this game gets heated up along the way. Red does say, hi, Blue, just passing. Blue tries to respond to Red, and Red didn't get the message. And, oh, wait, Yellow already knows. I don't think that he's listening to the stream. I think he knows that I would have already introduced the players by now. And so he is, and I had said his name before this game, so now he's explaining it. And he says, it's a German name, T90. Of course it is. Of course. Let me just stop and say, of course it is, okay? Every word I've ever struggled pronouncing, my German friends out there, it has always been in your language. It's a German name, T90. It's Angel of Death in English, and you mispronounced it very hardly. Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you. I mispronounced it before this game started. I mispronounced it again, and I will not mispronounce it anymore because I will simply just not say it. So, interesting map gen here. I mean, again, the Kings explode, so you got to be real careful with people so close to each other here. Everyone's got a bit of a moat that separates them from the enemies, or I guess in this case they're allies, because everyone's friends now. It seems like all the islands are either connected by land or connected by a little shallow or marsh crossing. In the middle, there's some wood and some gold, but nothing hugely important there. On the outside, there's quite a bit of stone and whatever else. Here, you know what we're going to do? I might regret this, but because I still have my weird pine tree mod on, let's just do this. We've got big trees. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're living now. There we go. That's fine. So, players are starting to chat, guys. And this is always important. How many times have I been critical of players for not chatting? Not creating some type of an alliance somewhere?
Yes.
Robert says to Purple, hey, we're neighbors. Red says, hope you're doing fine. Have not found you yet. Said that to pretty much everyone. Green says we're next to each other. Peace to Red. And Lieutenant Crackers, I love this. Watch this. Lieutenant Crackers is using a strategy that I would like to take credit for. I brought this up well over a year ago. I've said it many times. You could do the laziest Diplo move ever, and I'm all about lazy, and just say, hey, let's be best friends, and say it to everyone. And then look, Green goes to the chat settings and says, yeah. All these people are like, yeah, let's do it. Sure, let's do it. Until the end. Yes, we love you. So he's chatting to everybody, but everyone thinks this message is to them, and they feel super important. It's just being trade partners later is a great idea. With a smiley face. To everybody. And Blue's like, yes, my first community game ever. I'm so glad I've got an ally that cares about me and that reached out to me like this. Rodrigo was worried about not having a reputation. Rodrigo was worried that things wouldn't pan out. But now you've got just purple talking to him. Feels pretty good, I guess. Okay, Paul says, T90, you actually can't do what Crackers did if people are paying attention. Using the star to chat to all shows as all in the chat message. You need to use the checkbox to select everyone instead. Oh, that's a really good point. I think it does do that. Now, I wonder if Capture Age shows something different to me, though, right? Like, can I just tab into the game real quick, guys? Okay, so this says allies. It doesn't say all. So I believe, okay, so I'm glad you brought that up. So he is actually selecting everyone in the chat window. He's not using the star, but Capture Age shows a star when everyone receives the message. Okay. So that was an important thing we needed to clarify there, just in case someone wants to use that strat. Anyways, here's a look at the total economy situation. We're going to have lots of time for people to, build up their bases and whatnot. I'd be shocked if there's any early aggression. There's no real benefit to any early aggression if you were to make someone angry, they can just send their king to your base and delete it. And then you're going to look like a bully too, which is probably the bigger thing. I will take this time to say, like to toss this in on occasion. Appreciate everyone watching. The community games have been feels like more and more popular on my channel. Channel's been doing really well. I've been enjoying it. By the time people see this on YouTube, I don't know what freaking day it is, but there's going to be a point where, like, I'm currently prepping and trying to build up a lot of really good content because I'm going to be in Australia, of all places, for 2.5 weeks. Which, by the way, if you're from Australia, anywhere near Sydney, I don't know if it's going to happen yet, but I'm trying to work out a meetup of some kind there, like a really cool meetup. And guess what? I got a text from my cell phone provider this morning that the call I had with them last night cost me $70. So, yeah, we better make something happen. But yeah, I will have official information. Basically, if there's going to be some type of meetup for my Australian audience, I will make sure that's edited into some videos. Not this one, probably, but it's going to be mid-August, and I will make sure that I get some info out there. But yeah, long-distance call. It's going to be a long-distance flight, too. I'm really stressed about it, but it's all good. Anyways, the main message was, hey, thanks, everyone. What is this? Freeloading. I should have mentioned freeloading. So freeloading used to play in community games like every Friday. Took a break. Wasn't around for a while. Has been back recently. And he's always been kind of, what's the word? Kind of, I don't want to say mean. I feel like mean is mean. He likes to kill people. He's not great with Diplo. He's a little rough around the edges, you know? He's not quite as cuddly as some other allies can be. I don't know if that's changed. But Sheriff said, Teal, we are neighbors. Let's be friends too. And he says, I am like bear. You poke, I bite. So sure. Interesting. I mean, again, Grace is no poking, I promise. Just already an interesting little alliance between these two. Please do a Swedish meetup. Well, you spelled meetup as it like M-E-A-T. Is Swedish known for good eating? Because I might go over there for that. I feel bad. I did one US meetup, but it was in 2017, 2018. Community was much smaller back then. I will eventually have something for my US viewers. United States is obviously massive. So, I think it would most likely be East Coast. I know there's a lot of West Coast viewers out there too. Honestly, right, like the next year or so is going to be very busy, but I do have some plans. It's just like with Australia, okay, I'm not planning on going back with frequency. It's going to be a 7-hour flight, followed by a 15-hour flight, followed by a 3-hour flight to get there. And then when I'm there, I actually have 2 flights within Australia, and then I've got another 3-hour flight, 15-hour flight, 7-hour flight, or something back. So, I was like, well, it might be hard to make this happen, but if we could make it happen, I should do it because, no offense to Australia, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited. I'm just not going to be there very frequently throughout my life because of the travel time. So yeah. Red says water trade. Then we should include green. Okay, interesting. Saying this to purple, so it would make sense. Yes, you want to include green because green is between you. I'm going to remove the market events, by the way. This has been a little spammy. We don't need that. Always leave that stuff on for 1v1s. T90 US tour, yeah. Just tour the world. The T90 world tour where I show up and I cast games. I don't know. That would be... If I just showed up and casted your game submission, like, right in front of you, that would be super weird, right? I'm not doing that, by the way. Not doing that at all. We do have a TC down here for the sheriff, so the sheriff has expanded. Okay. That's not bad. You have yellow, also town centering the outside. I feel this is very important. Keep in mind, all the kings, except for, I guess, reds now, are still in the middle circle. So, you know, expanding with your king could mean that there's very good things later on. There's tons of stone on this map, I'm noticing. There's stone everywhere. Is teal threatening you? This is McBeast over to blue. I wonder if McBeast knows the reputation of freeloading. Rodrigo, I think it's his first community game ever. I think weird German name guy, it might be his first community game. I think Robert as well, first community game. Blue says, sure seems like it. Okay, so blue does not trust freeloading. And now red hears that information, immediately goes over to gray, who is the person that the only person T was really talking to, and says, any opinions on this guy? I love people like freeloading because for better or worse, it gives us something to talk about. Every good game that we've ever had needs a villain. Every one. And some people like people who are aggressive. You know, some people like to watch some bullies beat up on some weaker players. Other people are all about watching the weaker players get revenge. Imagine getting into your first Kami game and T90 calls you weird German name guy. I mean, to be fair, it's not the first time I've ever done that to one of my viewers before. And he knew, because he's not watching, he's playing the game. He knew I was going to mispronounce it, all right? He straight up knew that the guy who was going to cast this community game was going to mispronounce his name, and he still left it as is. But maybe it's on me. I mean, at this point, we've got such a, you know, devout German audience. Maybe I should have just learned German. I've tried. Blue will ask for my protection. Teal should not be a bully so early. Be well behaved and we can be friends, says McBeast over to freeloading and says with or without blue. And freeloading hits him with the question mark. And freeloading says, is that a threat? Oh God, I love this so much. Freeloading, from his perspective, he's just kind of booming with the defensive castle. And now red throws blue under the bus and says, no, blue asked for help. So now teal, he should go to blue and be like, yo, we got a problem, bro. Okay, he asked for help in case your castle will cause him problems. All right, well, red's chat has been awesome thus far. It's been great to see Red chatting with so many people and as much as he has. Forgive me, I have... Sorry. I had to sneeze. Red continues to speak, and he says, I denied to help him for now. So if someone thinks you're a bully, if someone thinks you're going to kill them, do you just kill them anyways? Or do you try and prove them wrong? Do you try and show blue how kind of a person you are? I don't know. Anyways, players are doing the right thing to expand to the outer ring. The economy is as follows. It always shows the top three in every category when I have this. But obviously this is all the players. Blue is struggling the most, but blue is expanding to the outer ring. Blue is dropping a castle that borders teal, but teal's building a second castle. So I can understand why blue feels really up against it here. And the reality is, teal's just a more experienced player. So you have to use your chat in these instances to get you out of these situations. Blue did kind of do that with some of the other players earlier. But I feel like it would make sense for blue to say, hey, freeloading. Like, are we friends? You know, I feel like that conversation would make sense. I feel like you got to try. Now, the best trade route is going to be from corner to corner, which is normally the case. But you've got like a nice narrow passage of land on either side. So I think you want to be the guy that people are trading to, because then people are less likely to kill you. So if you were to, like, even in blue's position right now, drop markets here, and then tell the players who are in these areas, if you look at the mini-map, hey, I have markets, you can trade with me, they're going to be less likely to attack you because they're going to lose all their trade later. And, of course, that is the showing of friendship. We'll see how things go. I'm going to switch over to the military tab now because players are starting to build up some things. But everyone is currently allied. Teal felt threatened, and I don't think red realizes what he did. Now, guys, the water is connected. So if teal were to transport through here with something, you could just surprise everyone, in theory, just following the water with transports. Maybe some trebuchets and some archers to kill their kings. Then again, the kings might not be on the islands for much longer. We shall see. Okay, guys, I have a random story from when I was in Germany last. And I'm not sure if I ever told it on stream before. And it's one of those things I probably just forget forever if I don't tell you right now. Do you guys want to hear it? I feel like the answer is going to be yes, right? But hold on. Red's chatting. This is more important. Red said, but Gray, a minute ago, says, what do you think of purple? And there was no response. Red says, proposed northern land trade. I think you'll be a friend for now. And I don't know who he was trying to talk to there. Anyways, Teal's about to talk to Gray. Want to drop MC on your corner? Is MC for market? I think MC's for market. Gray is also asking yellow where the monastery is, which is kind of random. Okay. Let me finish this. All right. So, I was in Berlin for an event called NAC4. It was a great time. I've cast the event on Nilly's channel. I'm sure many of you might know that. And I had, the one day I didn't have to cast till like 4 or 5 or whatever. So I was just like, let's wander around. Let's like find a good place for some lunch and figure some things out from there. And so I went to this, this is a double parter. I went to this small, like, Mediterranean place. It was a tiny little place you walk up to. They had, like, wraps and, like, falafels and all different types of stuff. Anyways, so the menu's all in German, right? So I get up to the, I'm, like, waiting in this line, and I'm looking. I'm like, I think that's good, but I don't really know what that means. I'm trying to translate this stuff in my app. And, anyways, I get up there, and I decided, okay, I definitely want that thing. And I go, I'll have the number 8. And he's like, the number 8? And he didn't speak much English. I was like, yeah, the number 8, that one. And then I realized that there was an 8 next to a lot of the things on the menu. And I was not picking a number like I'm at a freaking McDonald's. That was actually just the price of the item. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. I want that one. I'm really bad at German. People make fun of me in community games. That one, right? Yeah, anyway, so that was embarrassing part number 1. But, I rolled with it. The one guy who was in there who did speak English was kind, and we made some jokes, and it was all good. So, then I eat, and I'm going home, but I was getting sick, and I always do when I travel, and then a lot of casting, and there's, like, all these people crammed in the same building, so you can get sick. And so I really didn't want to get sick, so I wanted to pick up some vitamin C. So I go to a tiny little grocery store, and one that maybe has like 6 or 7 aisles, and I find an aisle that has some vitamin C stuff, and it's like in this like cylinder container, and and it looks like chewable vitamin C tablets, which is what I wanted. Now, I did see that there were little, like, bubbles on the container, but I was like, well, let's just try it out. I think it might be a fizzy thing. I'm not sure. So, I'm walking down the streets of Berlin, right? And I realize there's a chance that maybe this is one of those things you're supposed to just chuck into the water and then it dissolves into the water. But I figured it can't be that different than just like a chewable vitamin C tablet, right? Wrong. Wrong. Guys, I put one of these things in my mouth and I felt tingles and sensations that I've never felt on my cheeks and my gums and everything. And all of a sudden, there was so much foam that it's coming out of my mouth. I've got people like to the left and right of me, front and back of me. I'm walking down the street and I've just got this this orange and white foam just just coming out of my mouth. But I didn't want to just like spit it out because it would be embarrassing. It would draw more attention to the fact that it was happening to me. So I just tried to suck it up. And so I was just like swallowing as much as I could of it. And I didn't even get halfway through the tablet dissolving before it was just too brutal. So I just ditch it, just like spit it out and then immediately just like walk past everyone because I didn't want anyone to be able to stare too long. But that was my vitamin C for the day. So yeah, that was my vitamin C for the day. So yeah, that's the story. And I hadn't thought of that until now. But God, do not recommend that. Do not recommend it at all. But okay, so we're back to the game here, which is all very important. It was an embarrassing afternoon. Let's trade in the corners, maybe green first. Okay, so this is purple talking to orange. Hey, green, remember our last Diplo game 2 days ago? What? Green says, yeah. Yellow says, how is the idea of being some kind of double spies so we are together and infiltrate our teams and will be the last two on Earth? Oh, wait, what? Okay, green says, could work out nice. Wait, so they played like a... They must have played a game either in the lobby browser or within the Discord. That's interesting. Meanwhile, this is a real test on if yellow's serious about this because orange is pointing out to yellow and purple that green's king is exposed in the north. So if yellow is being truthful on this, yellow should probably say, hey, purple, or hey, green, they're talking about you. While we're at it, don't buy bottled water in Germany if you don't like sparkling water. Yeah, I've been to Europe enough times to know to get, like, still water, right? I had a real issue with the water in general in Germany. I had to try, like, 5 or 6 different types of bottled and glassed water before I had a water that didn't make my throat dry. But eventually I found one which actually felt like it was hydrating me. Purple's just passing down here, guys. We do have a large army for orange, and it's in the middle right now. And his king is still in the middle as well. He's got a really good civ. I said ooh and ah at the start of this game because Mongols can be really good in these games. Did you ever get chewable vitamin C? No, I started to put those things in the water, and let me tell you, the fizz was insane. Like, I'm looking at a 20-ounce thing of water, and I'd put this tablet in there, and it would fizz for like 3 minutes. Way fizzier than anything I'd ever seen before. And I found out firsthand, maybe don't chuck those things into your mouth. Okay, remember when I said there was a lot of stone? This is just insane. There's castles everywhere. We need a king to explode to take down some of these fortifications. Yo, green wants to trade. I can just send my siege in the trade. He won't see a thing. Oh, again, orange talking about killing green. And yellow just said, yo, green, we're going to do this thing. I believe yellow was being truthful. I'm just going to assume he didn't see the other message that was about green. Lieutenant Crackers has like 10 castles that aren't even finished yet. And then he's got probably another 10 out there. Okay. We have a couple just passings. Purple is taking our resources. Shall we hit him first? Ooh, yeah, you might regret doing that, Lieutenant Crackers. People don't like that. And teal is saying, do you know where the king is? So, in the end, we didn't have freeloading going for blue, which is good for blue. I mean, thus far. Red now says to purple, as we're 43 minutes into this game, a lot of people inquire me about you spreading. Okay, so without context, that sentence would be a little weird. But Red says you should stop painting a target on your head. So Red is like, listen, people are talking about you taking resources elsewhere and being in other people's land. You should stop doing that. I think it's too late, though. People are already going to have a target for Lieutenant Crackers. Red says, I cannot protect you, and if green tries, it ruins our trade. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. So I think Red has a really good idea of how the game is flowing. I think eventually he's just going to need to pick a side. This is now 2 times where he's tried to instruct other people on what to do or what not to do. And I don't know if he's strong enough for that. We'll see. He does have Beast in his name, which carries some extra weight, but you tried to tell Freeloading, who's top scorer, you know, maybe settle down. And he said, is that a threat? So he felt threatened, and now he could destroy you. And purple's looking pretty strong as well. Orange has been ready to go for a long time. He just says, when do we go? And he's working with purple, and he's working with yellow. No one else. Which is a bit weird, because I don't think he's going to have a good trade route then. He should be trading... I guess he's trading towards green. So yeah, green is really important to them. Villagers just died next to the stable. That was teal deleting them for more population space. And yep, the economy for freeloading is looking really good here. And we've got transport ships. I knew there was potential for this. Now remember, Red earlier in this game tried to tell freeloading that he shouldn't bother blue. And that there would be consequences, potential consequences for any actions he would have. He said, is that a threat? And Red tried to downplay it a little bit. And here we go. Now, I'm sure since they're all allied that freeloading has been looking, and he doesn't see any flags here. And he only sees a flag here. And so that would obviously be where the king is located. He's got rams, and he's got cav archers. And I think we're about to see our first king kill of this game. Oh, wait a second. Is he going for blue instead? It could be seen as a double whammy, actually, because if he gets blue and blue's close enough to red, the explosion could kill red as well. Okay. Transport ships are fixed now. And the king for blue is on the move. And it's blue's first community game. He should probably speak up. Maybe he'll receive some help. Or wait. Does teal just keep passing here? Ooh, freeloading. He actually couldn't eject units here. Maybe he wanted to go for red this whole time. But then blue turns on him, which you can understand blue doing, and now he's just going to attack blue. Okay, so we have our first attack of the game. Red seems to have noticed this has happened. And Crackers is talking about maybe attacking gray, because gray is possibly a little annoyed with him. I do not think blue has what it takes to stop this. He doesn't have any melee units to take the rams. The cav archers for Magyars are fully upgraded, and they're up against Rattan archers that are not elite yet. Blue, if you're going to run, you have to run soon. You have to receive some help, and that help is just not coming. An unfortunate situation to not have any help on the way right now. Blue also lost all of his castles here and all of his units here, and he will obviously lose his economy. And the king is now in this castle, but I think if he tries to run now, it's too late. I think the cav archers will be able to snipe it. Actually, no, he could run to the south right now. He could run out this way, and then he could maybe get, somewhere else, but what you should do in freeloading's position is you should have some of your cav archers here and some of them here, and then you don't even need to pay attention, because if the king runs, it'll automatically be shot. Still will probably die anyways. And whoa, 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 whoa. Hold the phone. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Gray didn't trust purple. And he had good reason not to trust purple. Look at this. We've got petards coming in here from purple. And he gets the perfect amount. He knew exactly where the king was from the sheriff. And, oh, wait, well, it wasn't perfect execution, was it? Anyways, sheriff was chatting to red. And, well, sheriff, you're dead. Whew. And now we get to see if blue goes down. So Gray's out of the picture. He was one of the big players in this game. That will mean that his markets are destroyed as well, which will affect people's trade. Purple had... Man, Gray was so right about it. Purple used the sneak villagers to be able to make that little forward base. So the villagers that were stealing the stone. And it sucks for Rodrigo, but Rodrigo is now out as well. And Sheriff says, GG, I was typing. Blue just says, welp. I feel really bad for blue. But now freeloading doesn't have an ally, okay? Freeloading kind of picked on the new kid. He now doesn't have an ally. It is freeloading on his own, I believe. Red wasn't too quick to help blue there either, to be fair. Anyways, explosion happens. We did have the explosion here, of course, too. It's exploding kings. And red now says, I believe to everybody, what is your stance towards Teal the traitor? Rodrigo, feels bad for you there, man. But hey, things just didn't roll your way. Glad you could get in the game regardless. Okay, so I guess at this point, like, people are going to have to figure out exactly what happens. It is hard to know sometimes. Purple's gonna... Lieutenant Crackers is going to make more castles here. We're talking about going for some type of move. Red is saying that blue and gray were killed by teal. That's obviously not the case. We know that purple killed gray. That's a big army for orange, and Lieutenant Cracker sees it, and he says, are you passing orange? And he says, yeah, are we going on green or not? I believe orange here. I think he's just really impatient. He wants to kill green. But that message did not get sent to purple. And purple's going to relocate his king from one of his many castles here to his island now. Was with blue holding a bit of a grudge on teal now. Red loves his Diplo. He does have a ton of navy massed. And actually, with that navy in these shorelines, he could range majority of the castles. Like, I think full navy from one player could be insanely effective. I knew I should have enemied him earlier. Yeah, Sheriff, it's tricky for you, right? Because you didn't... You knew he could be a problem, but you didn't want to start a war yet. I completely understand that. Yeah, Pripple. Who we going on? I need a target at the moment. Yeah, so I don't think Robert wants to kill Crackers at all. Listen, I think we have one established team. And that team is pretty much everyone but teal. Green apparently is... You know, not someone that orange is too fond of, but still. Anyways, teal does not want purple to have a side base here, and I understand that. So freeloading is just going to declare war and push this way. Does have a couple units here or there disrupting red. Actually, not disrupting red, because they're still friends. And Crackers is saying, hey, teal is looking kind of strong. Let's take him. Yeah, yellow would be in a good position to help and make a move. Yellow has not made any military as far as I can see, though. So I think they're all slowly coming to the conclusion that they should be attacking teal. They maybe should have come to this conclusion earlier, almost like that one guy who put the vitamin C fizzes in his mouth and should have come to the conclusion when he saw the little bubbles on the side of the container that maybe he shouldn't do that in the first place. Sometimes you got to learn lessons in life, and you eventually come to the correct conclusions. They're all talking about teal. Red is talking to teal, and he's trying to figure out if he could be friends with this guy. I think he you know, it would make sense for him to be peaceful with teal because he's also closest to the guy. So if teal got upset, obviously freeloading would make his way directly towards him. And red is very truthful on various aspects of his Diplo. He says, a pact He says, a pact is forming against you. I need to know. Teal says, blue aggro walled me at the start. He was also taunting me. He asked for it. I don't know if that's... Like, he's bottom score. He walled probably because he's scared. I don't think he was taunting you, and I'm not even sure if you believe that. But okay. All right. And anyways, Red says, fair enough. So he's kind of, I think he's like, well, I guess I'm not going to team with this guy. And Green's even saying to Red now, let's go for Teal. So, okay. Anyways, Cav Archer's kind of making their way through. There's no way Teal can fight in his own. This dude's crazy. There's no way. Look at all the castles. I don't care if his resources were infinite here. There's no way he can do it. He's simply 200 pop against the potential of, oh god, quick math here. Way more population than that. What is that, 1,200? They could be playing without a hand on the keyboard, and there's no way that freeloading can do this on his own. He would have to turn people against each other, or the others would have to get impatient and turn on each other. He needs outside help. Oh, Western, good luck. You're playing TTL then? Against Jack? Good luck, man. He's a really good player, but have fun with it. Maybe draft a, you know, a bit more of like a closed map or something. Nomad, maybe. Do something wacky. Because he's... I don't think I need to tell you this. He's a heavy favorite, and he's really good. All right. So Crackers declares war on freeloading. I'm shocked. Never saw that coming. I guess it's hard to get here, right? But no, you got orange here, you've got yellow here. Okay, so these guys are going to work together. Mangadai and Organ Gun, that combination should be really strong. Purple, you very expansionist, says freeloading. But he doesn't say it to Purple. He says it to like everyone else. Oh, Diplo is hard, man. He just sees that Purple's trying to place castles everywhere. I mean, he doesn't even see the foundations that are there that haven't been completed yet. And now Teal sees this and is asking Orange what's going on. Orange just wants to fight, dude. Robert has wanted to kill something for like 30 minutes. And finally, Robert just turns on the guy. And okay, it's going to happen. Let's start. He's coming to me. Teal is coming to me slowly. We have to start now. All right. Whoa. 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 Crackers turns on Orange. And all of the trade's going to go down. I just saw blinking on minimaps. I'm pretty sure that Crackers thought the king was in there, guys. Let's go back for a second. So Crackers petarded that castle, thinking the king was in there for Orange. Right when Orange started to attack Teal, so perfect time. However, the queen is in another castle, my friend. The queen, or the king in this case, is actually right there for Orange. So that busts that alliance wide open, and actually gives freeloading some more of an opportunity to fight against Orange. Because what do you do? Say, oops? Sorry? Misclick? What do you even do here? I think they end up fighting, and I think this ends up getting very, very messy, is what happens. So that's twice now that Crackers has just tried to find out where someone's king is and go for the sneaky snipe. He obviously made it happen against Gray, but that's why you garrison random units in random castles, guys, just to make it more awkward for people to know. Red shows up with cannon galleons and like a lot of cannon galleons, and he's going to try and be sneaky on freeloading right now. So, I mean, he's got to be careful. If Teal turns on him right now, he's going to lose a lot of his ships. But Red has gone full navy. Like I said before, I think all these castles get cleared up before you know it. All the production buildings, the fish traps, like, you lose a lot if Red turns on you here. And also, Green is here at the door. Oh, no way, dude. No way. Purple found it. Purple's attacking here. Freeloading says in before Purple wins because y'all letting him multiply like a roach. Which is a fair comment to make from his perspective, but I don't think he realizes that there are some crazy battles going on right now. Orange isn't really moving right now. He actually allies Teal now. I think he's very overwhelmed. So that actually could end up being good for freeloading. But we've got Paladins, we've got Kipchaks, we've got Trebs. And I think freeloading being more prepared for this fight might be the one who's favored in every engagement. I think Orange will be fine. He's still got Mangadai here, but like he still has some army down here he wanted to use. Yellow now doesn't know where to go. I thought Red was going to make a move. Red seems very scared to make a move against Teal, which is interesting. I kill one person for being mean, and y'all think I'm 1v9. Okay, so freeloading's like, boo-hoo, woe is me. I'm not a bully. You should love and appreciate me. I'm such a nice guy. That's kind of where he's at right now. But hey, I mean, the target has shifted for some players, right? And that's just the reality. Purple is kind of seen as like kind of a bad teammate at the moment. Red said bait to green. Green is like a moment ago, like, dude, what are we doing here? And I think red just needs to muster up the courage to make it happen. But yeah, we'll see. Orange is really struggling. He notices now that the Trebs are here from purple. Mangadai should be able to deal with the Trebs pretty easily. But he does not have the trade anymore. Yes. Green is just trading through here perfectly. This is actually amazing for green and for yellow. Remember, they did have some type of a plan. A king for orange did just go into the next castle. Trebs for purple go down. Red and green still ready to make a move. McBee says, if he forgets to declare me, I can just attack ground with my ships. Which is true. You couldn't actually attack ground with cannon galleons until recently. Thank you, devs, for that. But I think if green is already turned on him... Oh my god! I think if green is already turned on him, he's just gonna know. Orange says to teal, I'm going against purple. Alright, so yeah, teal sees this. So teal turns on green. There's the attack ground with the cannon galleons. Teal should obviously turn as well on red. He hasn't done it yet. So I guess the notifications or the lack of the notification has mattered a little bit. No, okay, he's turned now. He's making demos here, guys. Red, you're trying to be too cheeky. Just turn on the guy. Just turn on the guy. You're getting demoed. The castles are hitting you. There was no king in there. The king is actually over here. So there are a lot of these castles of villagers garrisoned inside of it. And we have a pretty ridiculous fight. Elite Conic is a really strong unit. But so is the Magyar Cav Archers, and then obviously so is the Cannon Galleons. And I still think Teal takes massive losses to this. He does not have an easy answer to the Cannon Galleons from red. A yellow... Whoa, guys! There's castles here! Yellow's just waltzing in because he's still friends with Teal. And it's working. Red says it has begun. A yellow just passing right into Teal's base. Now, organ guns are a siege unit, and Magyar Hussars have a bonus against siege. So I think the organ guns will get shredded. But obviously, Teal would have the notice first. Meanwhile, Orange is struggling against Crackers. Crackers, though, was getting pushed back here. So he has actually just relocated his king into this castle. Yellow now turns on freeloading, so freeloading will know, even if he didn't before. And I think Yellow is trying to be a little too sneaky. And he will lose all those organ guns. But still, they've made excellent progress here. And we called it right when freeloading... when freeloading killed blue, and then when gray was killed by Crackers, we knew freeloading would kind of be on his own here. I think it helps him that orange is kind of on his side, but they never established trade together. They're not in a position to help each other. And orange might not survive much longer. Freeloading, his communication is, hey, go get anyone while they all on me. Go get anyone. It is true. A lot of people are here. So from his perspective, it would make sense that everyone's against him right now. But he probably doesn't realize that orange is already in the midst of a 1v1. Guys, there's two players that are trading freely right now. You've got green trading freely and yellow. I'm not seeing much trade from red even. But I guess he does have a trade route through green. Oh, and he's built towers there too. Okay, red is included in that. Not to mention he's Spanish, so Spanish trade is more efficient. Look at these Spanish cannon galleons, man. These things are insane. And it's a great use of the map. to go for cannon galleons here. You could destroy so many people with cannon galleons. Also, there's some leftover eco here. The starting island for teal. He's going to lose that to yellow now. I think freeloading is likely done. And we're just going to check the stockpiles real quick. Crackers has 0 on gold. Robert has 0 on gold. Also 0 on gold for freeloading. So those 3 will be significantly weaker than the rest. And then it's all down to red, green, and yellow. And how do you even get back into it? Like, how do you even get the trade now when all these corners are contested? Like, 2 out of the 4 corners are not really usable right now for some of these players. So I don't think trading back into this game is going to work out unless you somehow change who is against you. Which I think would mean that you would need to go to somebody and say, hey, I'm sorry for what I've done. I didn't mean it. Or maybe, you know, I meant it, but I see you're a good guy, you know. Oh my god, guys. Cumin Mercenaries was researched, which gives you 5 kip checks from each castle that you have, but these guys have tons of castles. So that's why we see so many kip checks from green right now. Elite kip checks with bracer, too. It's actually pretty good. Freeloading allies, orange. I'm pretty sure I thought they were friends before. Maybe that changed. Orange is super distracted. Total army count right now for orange is 130. And he still has this death ball, and he's still making progress versus crackers here. But this army cannot easily get anywhere else. He would have to transport them, which really sucks. Red goes to orange. Orange is in the midst of intense battle, and red just says, is anyone bothering you? Which seems insensitive, but obviously red doesn't really know. I think orange is held, though. Orange will definitely clear this stuff out. He could also take out castles from purple from this shoreline, which could actually be beneficial. And teal, realizing that this is quite bad, still just chatting away. It says money on red being killed next, since he's on the outside of a trade from yellow and green, I think. Wow, he kind of like... He's kind of reading the situation quite well here. Freeloading. Now, what he doesn't know is that yellow and green were talking about being friends way back, but... Anyways, crackers, look at this. He says, I have no more army, orange. I'm sorry, we can be friends again if you want. Red says, you are wrong on that. Besides, I only kill killers. Okay, so red is like... I don't know if it'd be fair to say the Robin Hood of community games. Probably not, but... Orange says there is no going back after backstabbing me, which is completely fair. He'd probably rather die than have to ally this guy. This is interesting, though. Red says, maybe I can get some people together to solve your purple problem. He says this to orange. Anyways, Cracker is just enemies orange again, because he figures why not. I agree. This map is really interesting. Because at this stage of the game, you really want the corners, but the middle does matter too. Orange still has this king here too, which might end up being smart because there's so much stuff that's happened on the outside. Is this going to be the end for freeloading? Listen, if anyone's going to hold on to the last population, it's going to be freeloading. And if anyone's going to recognize that his king is a bomb and he could use it, it's going to be freeloading. And he will hold here quite easily, actually. Yo, your name is so close to Mr. Beast. You got some gold for me. That's funny. That is funny. Mick Beast sends gold. Mr. Beast probably would have had coinage and banking, so there wouldn't be a tax, but Mick Beast does a good enough job and sends some gold over. And Teal has held, so he's still in this. He's going to be on the long journey to reboom. Has a really nice army. He's got the second army count. Second highest army count in the game. Green's like, we need to finish Teal first. Why are we thinking about other people? Which is a fair statement, but... guess we'll see in... oh! Lieutenant Crackers! Oh! Run! What? His king is still alive! We're gonna need a replay on that! And red, you better be careful. You could head to your base, bro. Red doesn't have anything on land, guys. I guess he does have towers. But somehow, Crackers survives the 50 Spanish cannonballs. His castles are melting, but this chubby man's still running. Okay. So he's in a castle. He's going to drop a couple more castles. He knows to avoid the shoreline. That was dangerously close. Meanwhile, chatter continues. Yellow, can you solve your teal problem? And then we can trade corners. That makes sense. Yeah, if yellow can deal with teal, or at least make sure teal can't get here, then they can trade that direction because he doesn't want to trade towards purple right now. His king is next to green's wall in the castle. My ships can't reach. This is now red to orange, but green is too busy focusing on this. So they're doing different things. Red is switching over to purple now. Green is trying to still finish teal. They're all over the place. And in these moments, guys, there's always one player who's not really doing a lot, which sometimes can make something happen. That player would be yellow. Everyone's doing a lot, but yellow could do something funky here because he's not directly needed anywhere. I think what he's going to end up doing is he's just going to try and push teal, but still something to think about. By the way, these cav archers just mowing down all the army here when it comes in. A Magyar Hussar is superior to even just the Bulgarian Hussar, I think, even though Bulgarians attack faster. And then these cav archers, as long as they're firing here, should be very helpful. Okay, so purple, he asked for mercy earlier, so that should tell you how bad his economy is. His stockpile is rough. Yeah, he just can't produce army, basically. And like we predicted 5 or so minutes ago, orange is able to treb down the majority of these castles. Green wasn't, red wasn't actually enemy to purple throughout that. He was just using attack rounds. So that's probably part of why he missed. Because I think if he would have right-clicked when they were enemied, he probably would have killed that king. But yeah, I mean, just patrol in here with your ships, have them here, and you'll destroy so much more. I think there's no rebounding here for purple, and I think there was no recovery or rebounding for teal. I think freeloading and crackers, two of the most experienced players remaining in this game, I think they are both toast. There's no easy access to trade, but they can stay alive for a very long time here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Man, Lieutenant Crackers has been super sneaky, man. Even the notifications aren't working. Look at this. Purple made a move. He made a big move versus red. Don't even ask me how he got here. But he was here, and that king from red is saved. And red says, purple broke the peace and tried to get my king. Freeloading says, shocker to no one. And then Cracker says, you tried to snipe me, bud. Which is true. Red started it. You got to be careful here if you're red. You're chatting a lot. Your score's getting up there. You've got lots of towers. You've got lots of allies. Don't trust people. The king's right smack dab in the middle of that trade, of course, but still. I don't remember cannon galleons doing friendly fire in the original Age of Kings and Conquerors, or maybe I just never tried. No, that's a recent change. They recently changed cannon galleons. You couldn't even do attack round with cannon galleons before. And I really like that change. It adds a bit more flavor to the cannon galleons. Okay, so some of the players argue amongst themselves. Green continues this mission with some support from yellow. Yellow's coming in with trebs and organ guns. This might be the end for teal soon. If he senses that the writing is on the wall, he might try and use his king against somebody. But I think the people he would want to use his king against are too far away from him. Yeah, exactly. They couldn't hurt allies at all until recently. So red is making use of that recent change. Orange says, not so tough when my big bro shows up, are ya? I love it. Speaking of writing on the wall, that's going to be the same thing for purple. He has to recognize that the end is near for him. He'll lose all of his castles soon. He'll lose his entire eco. He has nowhere to run. Again, same problem for him, though. I think he would want to use his king against red, maybe. Or orange, but I don't know how he's going to get anywhere close. He needs... he needs to get a transport over. And he is making a dock here. So, for Teal, Teal still got the king in this castle. That's a lot of cav. There's not many cav archers remaining. And green has the eco to make more. And freeloading, trying to wedge his cav archers into the right positions here. We do have a transport ship for crackers. Oh, God. All these notifications are going off about freeloading's king. Oh, no. Freeloading. He might not be able to survive. There's just too much here from yellow. There's too much here from green and freeloading. He does go down. He said, was that a threat earlier? And, well, it seemed very threatening. And I played a good game. I imagine Rodrigo is going to be very happy that that happened. So there's a little bit of justice for you, my friend. Okay. So we have 5 people left, but Crackers is soon going to die. It's just a matter of how he chooses to die. And here he goes now. He's got his king, and he's got a dream, I'm sure, of trying to kill Red, because he just tried moments ago. And here he goes with his king. Red is walling up. Red has dropped hundreds of towers, it feels like. And the king is just wandering right into Red's base. And the king is standing there, and the king was deleted. And now, Red, are you going to notice this? When we first created Exploding Kings like 2 years ago, there was no strong indicator. And there was no indicator, and it was almost impossible. Now there's an indicator, and he took some time. He saw someone was defeated. He was like, wait a second. Oh, God, that's in my base, and he's now fleeing. So he's out of here. He will actually survive. Obviously, a devastating blow. Like, he loses majority of his eco, his fortifications. He loses so much, but he's alive. He's still in this game. Great job from Crackers to try and get some level of revenge. Red's going to have to reboom now, meaning that yellow and green are now the top 2 in my mind. Because orange is still, like, greatly damaged from the rush from purple earlier. And anyways, McBeast is fueled by hate, this guy. I don't think Crackers was fueled by hate. I just felt like you were the only one that had really... You're in a strong position. You tried to kill him first. So obviously he wanted his revenge. Okay, guys, this is where it gets really interesting diplomatically, right? Robert, he doesn't have a lot to offer to yellow. Maybe he does. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But he's starting to chat to yellow. Now, earlier in this game, Red was friends with green. And that was good. Everything was great. But then... Yellow sent a message to green and said, hey, you remember that Diplo game we played 2 days ago? Do you want to play both sides of this? And then it can be us to end. Like, right now would be the time where they should probably send a couple messages to each other about that. Red is dead next, I'm calling it. I mean, he's really vulnerable. But I'm not sure. Like, I don't see green doing that for some reason. Then again, I mean, it is close by. I feel like on paper, green and yellow should just work together to kill red or orange off. But it's very awkward because there's buildings in all these different positions and army counts differ. And I guess orange is the strongest potential army with Mongols. Stockpiles with gold. Extremely high for everyone but orange. And orange doesn't have any trade. So orange isn't going to really be... much of an issue to deal with once the 128 army's gone. Orange is over here with a couple units. And yellow just says building markets in south corner. So that seems legitimate. Like, yellow legitimately wants to build up an alliance here with orange. And it would make sense for both of them. And it would make sense for red and green to be friends forever because they're both on the same sides. But again, there was that conversation. So I don't know. It's been an interesting game. Freeloading says, thing about Diplo is you can make a pact of 4+ players versus 1, like what happened to me. But then the 2 stronger players in that pack just kill off the weaker members. Okay, second part's true. First part, though, you kill the weak player, and you were unfortunate enough that your only ally died. I think that it is true that the weaker players could be killed off, but I think that it was a double whammy for you. You kind of created some enemies by not chatting to some people, but then the unfortunate thing for you was you killed blue while simultaneously gray died, and then it was like your main guy that you were going to work with was out of the game. Green did say I would prefer to attack orange over yellow. And red says he's a useful tool for now. You can take him alone if you want. I need to rebuild some houses and stuff. Okay, so green is like, no, I'd actually prefer to go after orange. I don't like this yellow idea. And red's like, well, actually, yellow's the strongest player. We need to use orange. Whoa. 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 What is this? We've got yellow going in after red's king. Can he get it? Can he click it? The cannon galleons are right there. What? Hello? Do kings have a dodging bonus with cannon galleons? What is this? No way red survives that. If there were Spanish cannon galleons, he probably would have died by now. Dude, get into a tower or something. Whoa, red somehow survives. And that's 2 great escapes from him now. Again, he's still got gold. And now he definitely is going to want to kill yellow. Now, green is making his way through yellow's base. Yellow has not turned on him yet, so I don't know what in the world's happening there. That was a crazy moment. Green, where are you going, says yellow. And green immediately says to orange, whoa! Yellow says orange is in mid. Now look at red. Red is this giant ball of cannon galleons, and he's coming over to yellow now. And, I mean, the dust is still settling. Players are still reeling from all the action. Red doesn't seem to realize that he's running directly into all of yellow's castles. So maybe he should turn on yellow and take out these castles. But, yeah, green just, like, slowly just passing through yellow's base to go for orange. It's so funny. I feel like the pact that green and yellow had at the start is actually so bad for both of their chances. It's funny for them to try and honor it because of the Diplo code. But it's honestly so much worse for green to not just fight with red all the time against yellow and against orange than what's happening here. Because it's just so awkward. We'll see if we have navy from purple. Oh, purple's going for demos! Why did I say purple? I don't know why I said purple. My brain's weird. Well, I mean, you got to get the demos in close, and good luck against the Spanish. Okay, never mind. Demos, maybe not the best of plays. That's a lot of demos going down. Oh, dodge, dip, weave. Okay. Yeah, extremely chaotic game. Remember, red's really got to build up buildings and take time to manage some other things economically. I feel like red will eventually run out of food. Green is still trying to path to the middle. And there's no way to do it unless you transport. And orange is... Oh! Orange has petards loading up into this transport. And he's making a bunch more transports so he can transport somewhere. So green wants to be here and orange wants to be here. The yellow says, you have to transport. Red says, he just came for me. Have you changed your mind? Red is trying to figure out what green's up to. And green is saying orange's king is in mid. I think red is going to feel like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. He probably wants green to attack yellow, but it's still good for him and his cause if orange is being contested as well. Interesting. Anyways, red's still making some progress here. I mean, this could lead to a lot of losses. Now green is running back the other way. Tell me he's making transports somewhere, and he's going to where those transports are. No, I'm not seeing it. I deconstruct yellow, no. Not sure what that means from red. We do have galleons, though. Now, I mean, here's the thing. When you're up against 35 Spanish cannon galleons, I'm not really sure what you do. Mass galleon is still kind of on paper what you should go for. Actually, fast fire ships should be your best option. But yeah, look at yellow try and dodge these shots. He's doing a really good job. He's doing an amazing job. Props to you, yellow. Green care, red knights. Okay. Yeah, there are red knights going into green's eco. And maybe red got a little annoyed with how green has been handling this and how green didn't just attack yellow. Maybe he picked up on the fact that this guy's not really fighting with him. Red might make a move against, on paper, his only ally right now. And it was orange that mentioned it, which is so weird. Because green wanted to kill orange for the last 10 minutes, but he couldn't get on the island. So anyways, to save himself here, green, he turns on red, and he has to save this king. I think if he hops into a tower, he's in the best position. Oh, God. Okay, he's going to run through the gate. And the gate locks behind. Oh, but the tower got it. Oh, those weren't his towers. I'm stupid. Those were red towers. Oh, wow. So green is dead, guys. Green is dead. Dang, what a plot twist. And honestly, well played from McBeast. He's going to lose all of his paladins here if he can't get out of here. So that's going to be an expensive loss. But I think he got tired of green just not really fighting for the team here. Yeah, rip to the paladins. Well played from red. It was a good opportunity. Green was just hoping that would never happen. And red said earlier, I could use orange. And well, he now reaches out to orange and he says, will you assist me against my last foe? Okay, let's not say my. Let's say our, okay? Our last foe. Let's try and act like it's a team effort here, maybe. Because this is conflicting for Robert. Yellow is currently really good friends with orange. They're trading together. Still no caravan for Robert, but it's fine. It's his first community game. I would be pretty conflicted on who I'd want to fight with here if I was orange. But he seems down. He says, yeah, sure, got horsies. You know king location? Question mark? King location is in this town center, by the way. We know that. They should know that as well if they look, because none of these buildings have flags. It is true that red did support... well, he didn't really support purple, but he did support orange. Yeah. Okay, I see what you said. He supported orange against purple. Yeah. And Robert now turns. Which isn't the most dramatic turn ever, because he didn't have an immediate attack ready. But that's going to hurt for yellow. I'm not sure what yellow can do here. It just feels like he needed green to survive for their master plan to work. And he's up against Mongols and Spanish. I mean, Portuguese, they have great navy. They have good land units too, but this is going to be a lot of work. So no sense in trying to talk anyone out of it here. He's just going to have to defend himself. And he will defend himself initially here. He will also be able to defend himself here as well. We got demos going in. It's a sandwich. Get boomed, son. Get boomed. Wow, that was satisfying. I'll take that in slow-mo on Shorts or TikTok, Hardy. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Dang. Finally, yellow able to get the real engagement there that he wanted. And he does defend from the initial attack. He's got lots of castles. He's got halbs. He's got castles slowly going up over here. But, dude, how can you deal with this? Okay. Wait. Orange says, I'm going to pretend to fight you and snipe red. What? And then yellow says, you can't kill red, orange. And orange says, I gotta try. It's our only hope. Meanwhile, all of red's paladins are joining to talk about their next battle plans around their king. Their king is up in that tower sending out messages through the cannon hole. He's using it like a megaphone. I know you don't believe me, but that's actually what's happening. They didn't put enough work into the game to show that that's how that's working. So, okay, orange is showing up and red sees it. Yeah, of course he sees it. This was the last-ditch attempt here, I guess, from orange. We had petards and we had Mangadai. And orange thinks that yellow accidentally snitched, which I don't think he did. But anyways, red saw it the whole way through. You picked a wrong moment for that, orange, because he had all of his paladins waiting there. And they defend their king. And Red said, dude, I love Orange's spirit. Red says you want to make this mistake. And then Orange says, bring it on. He's like, let's go. He says, let's do this, Yellow. Dude, he's pumped. He's super pumped. Yellow, you should probably... What's happening here? I'm confused. Okay, so now they're friends. But listen, this is the way I see it. If Orange and Yellow have trade, which they, like, can get to, they do not have a lot of it. There's actually 0 trade. Okay, but if, right? What's their stockpiles like? Okay, they both can trade. If they're both adding trade carts nonstop from corner to corner, advantage to them. Red has no trade anymore, but he does have 110 paladins, and he does have a bunch of cannon galleons, and a total mass of 160 military. Red has to make it happen. He has to kill one of these two, and then if he kills one of them, then maybe he could win a 1v1. I just don't see it. I don't see how you can easily do it. I think you can defend yourself for a while, but I think you eventually run dry. And he's currently selling wood or selling food to get gold. I just saw his gold count go up. So I actually think Red's best play here is to try and reach out to Yellow now, because Orange he just went out with this most epic battle cry ever. You're not going to convince that guy to back down. Maybe you can make a deal with Yellow. Maybe. Because simply not dying here, that is not a real strategy. For now, he's probably trying to stabilize. So he's probably trying to save the units from here and get them to the corner and think about rebooming. But Yellow's got a massive navy on the way. Orange, I mean, both players have insane army counts. Yellow at 110, Orange with 140. And Robert is spot on with the assessment of the situation. He says replenish, trade, and destroy him. Yep. That's the game plan. This has been a really interesting game. Now, there is still a market or two over here from green. And anyone who's allied to green could be able to see this and delete these. Green's trade's still going even though he's dead. So red could try and trade with green. Also could maybe trade with anyone who's dead, but not seeing any other markets you could go to. And Orange says, I'm building things to get closer. Good. Forward production buildings. Yeah, all this stuff is really important. Blue is a market over here. Oh! Well, yeah, that would be like the shortest trade route ever, but you could actually trade with blue. But again, I think people are already allied with blue. You can delete a dead ally's buildings, so that could happen in both the case of blue and green. But yeah, red could actually go markets here and then trade down this way with blue if you wanted to. I mean, it's like you kind of got to do it, but also at the same time, the potential for that to actually pay off long term is so small. So I think you just have to kill. Oh, red's trying to pay off orange. Oh, wait, this is awkward. Okay, red says how much for the snipe on yellow? Orange says 2 yellow, 3.5k gold. And then red says... Oh, this is a classic. Okay, guys, if you're going to try and like pay someone off to do your bidding, don't tell them how don't tell them how much gold you have, okay? Okay, so first off, oh god, okay, let's back up. Okay, so this is amazing. Red is like, he thinks he's dead, so he needs the other people to help him. So he goes, how much for snipe on yellow? He says this to orange, okay? So forgetting about the fact that orange then says to yellow, the guy he's supposed to be paid to kill, 3.5k gold, which is going to confuse yellow. Forgetting that fact, red lies and says, I will pay you again. Got 16k gold. He doesn't have 16k gold. He's lying, okay? He's got 1600 gold. He added an extra 0. And then orange goes, oh, well then never mind. Give me 7k if you have 16k gold. So he ups his price. Red, what have you done? What have you done, bro? Now, I'm wondering if Yellow's confused. Yellow's going to be like, why did you randomly just say a gold amount? That doesn't make any sense. Robert says, take it or leave it. Red can't pay the price. He can't pay the price because he screwed up his Diplo. Oh my God. He just negotiated the price against himself by opening his big fat mouth. But I think he did it to show strength. Maybe he tried to say 1.6K. And Red says that's too much. Red, just admit it. You have to just say, listen, I bluffed. Okay, Orange says he wants to pay me sniping you, XD. I'm trying to get us some gold. So Robert's going to share the spoils. That's too much. Go be second under his chair, says Red. Whoa. Robert, oh my God, the deal striking here. Robert says, actually, let's do 3K up front and 4K after. Yellow says, get the gold and keep attacking him. Yellow does not seem concerned at all. He seems to really trust Orange right now. He is being cheap, he says. Okay, so Red sells everything he can, pretty much, and sends 2,500 gold to Robert. It would have been 3K, but he didn't get coinage and banking earlier, so he paid tax. And let's see if this means that Orange considers this the first part of the payment. McBeast says, it deducted tribute. Is it enough? Question mark. So Beast is not being tricky here. He's being like honest, straight up guy. Well, and Orange just says no. Oh, why'd you say you had 16K gold? Say what you had left if it's a low amount. I guess he didn't want to show weakness. Okay, he sends 500 more golds. That's close. What was it before? Oh my God, he's off by like 43 gold. Yeah, still missing gold. Freaking Robert is doing the math on this. Okay, so now he sends 200 more gold. Now that's over 3K. And now what does Robert say? I think Robert's going to come back and say, sorry, bro. Robert is killing me. Robert says, I'm not good at math. Still missing like 3K, I believe. Oh, I feel so bad for Red. He's just sitting here like so annoyed with himself that he overplayed his hand. Meanwhile, Yellow doesn't seem to give a damn at all. And Robert's like, hey, I haven't seen a 3K pop up. Come on, where's the money, buddy? Where's the money? Anyways, Red is so dead. There's no way. There's no way is a chance. You got Orange making a move now with the gold that Red paid him. Orange didn't share any of the gold with Yellow. Also, Orange's army of hustlers just chilling here. It's like, I think he might try and get the win for himself. I don't know. Anyways, I mean, moves being made. I don't know if Red has any chance to make anything happen here. He could send his king into someone's base and try and kill one of them. Orange says, I think Orange is being genuine when he says he doesn't know math and that he's clueless. He says, you got a clue where my army is? He doesn't even know where his own army is. He's looking for his own army. And Yellow signals it. And Orange says, thank you, lost them. And now it's just passing. And Yellow says, no problem. Yellow's probably like, man, this guy, he's something else. Yellow says, I thought it was a snipe attempt. Dude, that's a really good way to gain someone's trust. Do that, and then next time you lose an army in their base, they might not think it's a snipe attempt. Oh my God, Red's done the math. That's why he was taking so long to respond. He says, you ain't gonna 2450 plus 700 plus 560 minus 30% matches 3,000 minus the tax. Holy crap, someone get a calculator. What is this game? Red says, stand your word or live with the shame. And then Robert says, dude, do I look like a mathematician or something? No, and you don't look like you're someone who's going to win a spelling bee anytime soon either. But we'll see. You're a young man, or so it seems. Anyways, Red says, don't worry, should be writing my thesis right now. Oh, Mr. Mathematician here got 16K gold from 1.6K somehow and screwed himself over. But he's so bored, he's writing his thesis. Okay. Is he writing his thesis on how to do diplomacy? Because if he is, I have some tips. I'm just kidding, Red. I mean, obviously some misplays happen here or there, but you've had a good Diplo game. This has been a great game. Robert wishes him well. Says, I hope you will succeed in that. And Yellow says, no more docs for Red. Yeah, I mean, Red was hoping that something would change with the diplomacy. He played his entire hand on trying to give gold to Orange. Orange is not, gonna bite, it seems. And I think Red's just going to be eventually ground down. Now, he's got a lot of towers. He's still got lots of paladins. So with 120 army, he's going to hold a while. And it does still give time for Yellow and Orange to possibly make plays against each other. And I think, Robert's going to go for it. I think he will. There's random petards sitting out here. I mean, he probably forgot about them. He's got to transport ship them as well, but it would not surprise me, because it's going to take a long time to kill Red. Red's making a wonder! Yo, let's go, McBeast! I forgot that was possible! And Yellow has Navy, which cannot hit the wonder. And, they're still, tossing units into a bombard tower. So it's going to take a long time to complete this wonder, because he doesn't have all the vills, but he is Spanish, so he builds faster. This is his best win condition, is Wonder Victory. And it means that he doesn't have to move out across the map. I even forgot Wonder Victory was possible. This should have been his play so long ago. And ideally, he would still have that 3,000 gold. But, it is what it is. It's very late, but it's his best way. Red's king is... Whoa, what? Is the Wonder a distraction? What? Okay, this would be epic. This would be epic. All right, so Wonder's going up here. Everyone's like, oh my god, Red's going to try and get a Wonder Victory. I forgot that was in the settings. I forgot T90 says it 16 times that we can win with a Wonder at the start. Red is talking to Robert right now as he passes Yellow's villagers on gold and says, so you're going to pay me back? Don't attack, don't attack, don't attack, don't attack, no! Attack signal could ruin this! Put him on no attack stance! Oh god, that could be so bad. That could be so bad. Red sent one of these units in to try and get vision on the situation there. He's actually hiding in Gray's castle. I guess if Yellow notices, he would just see paladins. Yellow would really have to be focused hard to be able to notice that. You don't see the king on the minimap like we do with Capture H either. Okay, so Red's sent in 2 paladins this time. He's looking for a path through. Okay. Orange is asking Yellow for resources. This is the same guy he promised to give gold to if Red sent him gold. There's no... Oh, there is a castle for Red, so he could research treason, but he doesn't have the gold to research treason. I think he might right now. He just did. He just did. So now he knows Orange's king is there. Does he go for it? He brought his transport over. Okay. Yellow sends tons of food to Robert. Guys, get coinage and banking, please. The amount of tax I'm seeing here is awful, all right? I don't want the IRS on my doorstep, but I'm totally against taxation. When it comes to this, of course, I'm very happy to give all my money to the IRS. Okay. Now, if you sink, there's no explosion. So I don't know where these paladins are going. A scouting expedition? Epic game, though. Epic, epic game. Meanwhile, this bombard tower is 11 kills. This one is 17. Like, Orange is just spamming all the food that he just received. Oh, God. The paladins died. Awkward, awkward, awkward. Thank God the king wasn't in there. The king was like, guys, we have your best mission yet. Is it safer than the other ones, sire? Yes. After 20 strong years of being a paladin in my army, I've decided to finally give you an easy task before retirement. Just sail off to the beaches of the Mongols and sip some Mai Tais on the beach. Helena deletes his navy for pop space. Whoa. I mean, at this point, you might actually think a wonder victory is possible if you're red. I think he figures it's too difficult for him to try and kill one of the others. I think he might just try and wonder victory it. Because I don't see how he could realistically make any moves here. He can't go this way. Last time he checked, yellow-headed navy here. He could try and transport this way. Maybe he's sending another transport ship from a dock somewhere. I'm not even sure how he got that. Because remember, yellow was sniping his docks forever. Wonder's about to be completed. Paladin's way better than Hussar. Halb, though, should shred the Paladin. They just need siege rams or bombard cannons to take out the bombard towers. Okay. 347 years to go. I think it's safe to say that whether Red wins or loses this game, he had an amazing game, yeah? Robert was freaking cracking me up. Basically, Robert scammed McBeast, which is funny to me. Yellow, I think his ultimate game plan was... Wait a second. Okay, this is Yellow's point of view. He could see a lot here because of blue still existing here. He does not see a king anywhere. And I think he knew something was up there. Now, that king is moving. I think that Yellow ejected that. And I think Red just realized his king was ejected. Because you can... Again... You can delete allies' buildings after they're defeated. I think you can also eject units. And kill units. Or delete units in this case. Yeah, Yellow knows. And Red knows he's been spotted too. There's a signal from Yellow. He says, do you have Mangadai in mid? He's trapped. Red can see this too because he's also allied with Gray. Great awareness from Yellow. If you're going to make a move... versus yellow right now, if you're orange, this would be the moment. That'd be so epic. Orange doesn't get it. He says, what's there? And yellow says his king. To be fair, guys, they both have tons of military. It's just it's in so many different spots. They've got some water, some land army. I kill TC, you shoot with the king, he says. Robert says K. I mean, yeah, you just... Yeah, now all this stuff's getting deleted. Yeah, this is going to be the end for Red. I can just delete it, though, he says. Yep. Yellow says, I delete. Okay, it doesn't really matter who deletes it, but Orange is making a wonder right now, which is interesting timing. And this is the end for Red. Red's dead. McBeast, you had a great game. You had an amazing game. You got completely scammed out of your gold, which you could have used to maybe defend yourself. But I think you were probably done anyways. It did seem like Orange and Yellow were determined to stay with each other. Wait, where's the king for Orange right now? Orange is in a transport ship, wanting to leave the middle. He's going to leave. Immediate eruption of warfare after Red was dead. The Mangadai aren't going to make it. I don't think Orange realizes that this is the case. And this wonder from Orange definitely put a target on his back, but this was going to come eventually, so why not? Dang. Well, anyways, Red's out of the game. It was an awesome one. Yellow wanted to win this game originally with Green. Green was then killed off by Red. Look at the variety of king snipes we've had in this game. Look at this. By my calculations, every player so far has had one kill on a king. That is extremely rare. Teal got a kill, Gray got a kill. Actually, no, that was a delete, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a delete, so I guess that was not Gray. Sorry, Sheriff. But we'll, you know what? We'll count that as your kill. Orange, red, green, purple. Yes, we've got Robert, and then we've got the weird name guy, as I introduced him at the start. I don't think this will be a legend video. If it were to be a legend video, though, the best title would probably be The Legend of Weird Name Guy. Now, someone out there whose name is Robert with 1 B is thinking that Orange in this game is a weird name guy. He's like, ah, man, Roberts with 2 B's, oh, those are the worst. Like, my name's Tristan, for example, and there's other spellings of Tristan, and I just disagree with them. I know they had no say in the matter. It was their parents' decision, but if it's Tristan, just can't. Just can't deal with that one. Robert, his stockpile should be decent. No, well, he spent all the gold he received. He actually has no wood as well. And now he has no trade. He also doesn't have Feitorias, which Yellow has, as Portuguese. Yellow should win this game. Yellow's got so many resources. But the only possible name, not name, sorry, I'm distracting myself. The only possible way you win now, if you're Orange, is through that wonder. Interesting decision. Yellow allies him. Why, I wonder? Get it? I wonder? Oh, man, I cracked myself up. I didn't even try that. You can name him Angel of Death, T90? Yeah. It's all good. I heard that earlier. The thing that Orange does have a lot of is food. So straight Hussar spam could be pretty good. He also has Hussars in Yellow's base. Why are they friends right now? Oh, what? Also, all these forward buildings feel like such a waste now. I guess maybe Orange didn't, or Yellow didn't want to fight until he was ready for it. And he was worried that maybe he wouldn't have the army to defend here. Okay, now he turns on Orange. I don't understand why Orange was just chilling on Ally in the first place. But I guess, you know, if the guy's not going to attack you, it's good for you because you want to win via a wonder, so. Got markets here from Orange. Is he going to trade with green in the middle? Yellow brought the Navy all the way over. I don't think trade is really worth it at this point. And again, this wonder will be up for a while if he's going to win it, so. I honestly think that Orange could do this. Because an issue for Yellow right now is he doesn't have his military together and he doesn't have siege to actually push castles. I still think Yellow wins this game, but because like the combination of Hal Borgengun is really tough for the Mongols to stop. But if he doesn't come forward with siege and it takes time, you never know. Unfortunately for Orange, I don't think there's any way that he could possibly kill Yellow's king. There's too many bombard towers and too many castles. On a map with this much stone, it's no surprise to me we've seen so many fortifications. But yes, wonder is on the way up. By the way, if you're ever going to do this, please make it with all your vills. Like, seriously. You got vills here? Help them out. Make him build that wonder. Yeah, Yellow should have Trebs and or bombard cannons, but it's just a matter of will he. 350 years now. This has been an amazing game. Red, if you're out there, by the way, I think my favorite part of this game was that whole sequence where you asked for resources. Or, sorry, where you offered that you could send resources to Robert. Robert's like, what do I look like, a mathematician? Hey, here's the trade, baby. 23 gold per trip. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, no! It always defaults to going back to your furthest market, and he still has a market here. But he didn't know about that. So, I mean, actually, it'll get destroyed. That actually is good for him that it gets destroyed. Because then the trade will be safer over here. Okay, so that's fine. Guy doesn't even have wood for a mining camp here. Not that it would... You could argue it's not worth it for only 150 stone. What you can't do is you can't rely on a boom now. You can't send your king into yellow space and delete it, because then the game's just over. It's just a straight up 1v1 game. And yellow is slowly crawling across the map. And he still has so much time. Yellow had to see the wonder when they were allied. Yeah, there would have been a notification. But he knew he would have time. Wait, can he see this as well? I'm very confused. Did he research spies? I think yellow researched spies. I think he spent 30k gold on spies, guys. He could see the whole map. He must have spies right now. So yeah, he could see everything. He's God now. So you would be able to see this trade. As for if you'd want to invest into disrupting it, I'm not so sure. It's pretty ineffective, so. I dug my own grave by pretending to have plenty of gold. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely you did. But, I mean, also kudos to Robert for calling you out on that, right? It was a really fun moment nonetheless. How many vills does Orange have? Not much. He has food. He has very little gold income, very little wood income. His total vill count is 51 eco. So that could be other things. I think that includes the trade. Army count's high, though. And I think, honestly, what I would do is I would just try and snipe the Trebs. So, I don't know where his Mangadai are. Okay, Mangadai are here. Sacrifice as many Hussars and as many Mangadai as you can to take the Trebs. I would probably use the Hussars as a distraction for the organ guns, and then use the Mangadai against Trebs. You just have to. Again, there's no other way. He does have barracks here, which keep freaking me out, but no. Big engagement. Now, he can make more Hussars. So, it's actually okay to lose all your Hussars. If you take a Treb, it's worth it. Gotta take out all the Trebs, though. This is where I would really like to have Mangadai in the mix. Because Mangadai do good against Siege. He does have a couple Mangadai back here. I'm not sure they're tasked onto the Trebs, though. Yeah, that was rough. Yellow, obviously, with the good army composition. Orange is going to come in with more Trebs now. More Hussars will be coming out of those stables. Orange probably wants to conserve his Mangadai because he knows he can't make many of them. He's also making Skirms. Skirms are a better addition against the Halbs than the Hussars are. He just needs to keep this wonder up for another 270 years. That's it, guys. Just 270 years. Oh, God, he runs through. But the Trebs are back there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Protect your Trebs here, pal. There are Galleons. Nice play from Orange. He's going to get one. He's going to get two. He's going to get all three. Orange, get it. There's a chance for Robert. There's a chance. Robert versus the Calm Angel or whatever this means in German. I apologize, German viewers. There's so many people who watch from Germany. I'm such an idiot. Anyways, do we got more Trebs? Yes, we will for yellow. But that is more time off the clock. He's almost 1/3 of the way done with this wonder victory, guys. It might be doable. It's been a very long game. What would be awesome for Orange here is to loop around and pick off reinforcements, because I think yellow just probably set his rally point forward, and that's it. Another castle. That's fine, too. Just another target that yellow feels like he has to take out before the wonder. Somehow he lost 1 HP on his wonder. Someone want to explain that to me? How's that work? Okay. Hussars love to die. They just love to die, but they're just distracting for the team. And army count is still pretty good for Orange. Yellow is still losing army. He's sending in champions now. Oof, that could be tougher. That will make things a lot more difficult because the skirms. But actually, Hussars do better against champions than they do against Halbs. Trebs are there. Big moment here. Orange, whatever you do, when you go to send your Mangadai out, do not send your king forward. That would be the most Robert thing ever. Nice position from yellow to be behind the wood line, trebbing that castle. Orange goes in. Navy's here for yellow, though. I think the Trebs stay up this time. I'm wrong. One of the Trebs goes down. Okay, Speedy Ram comes out. Goes for the Treb. Bonk. Bonks it. Doesn't take it out. Champions are so good against skirms. That Treb goes down, though. Orange did lose a castle, though. He's got 2 more remaining castles. He's got 220 years remaining on this countdown. And Yellow has endless resources, right? Yellow does have more Trebs, and I think for anyone who's out there hoping that this is possible for Orange, you should begin to settle down those expectations. I do not think it's winnable now. Unless all the Trebs get thrown. If he... Dude. Oh my god, he sees them. He sees them. He sees them. He doesn't get this one, but he's going to get a 1 for 5 deal. Or, I don't know what you'd call this. I can't do math either. But he's going to kill them. And that delays Yellow. And Yellow might start to get a little bit stressed right now, you know? He knows he should be doing a better job of protecting these Trebs, and he also knows damn well that people in the YouTube comments are going to be like, oh, man, if only would have done this and that and this and that. Adding to the drama here. As somehow Orange is still in this. Does he have trade, by the way? He doesn't have trade anymore. So Green even... Yellow, sorry, deleted that market at one point. I wonder if Champion was a misplay. Yellow deletes his Navy. He says, okay, well, we need more pop. I think Champion is an understandable conclusion to come to. But I think I would prefer to see him at least go 50-50. Like, go half Halb, half Champion. Yellow doesn't have many units over here. He's got 1 cannon, another cannon. That's fine, though. He doesn't have much here. Because he's got, what, 100 army? 130. Here he's got 100 champions. So majority of his army is here. He's actually transporting a couple vills over right now. Notice how there's so little chatter now. Like, Robert was chatting up a storm earlier. Oh, now Yellow speaks. And he says, what's your res? Robert, say 16k gold and you're a legend. Say 16k gold. Say it. He won't say it. Say 16k gold. That's all you want to say. That's the number. That's like your lucky poker hand. You always go all in on that. 16k gold. Say it. Did that message go to him? It did. He probably... Like, that's not going to bear as much significance for him as it did for us watching what happened earlier. But Yellow's clearly shaking a little bit. And he's concerned. All right, here we go. Double Castle Fire, Mangudai, Hussars, Skirm. I mean, a lot of champions die here. I don't think Yellow can push past this, though. He will probably kill the majority of what Orange has. But look at Orange. Orange is waiting for some Trebs. He doesn't see him, though. It was going to be Bomber Cannons for Yellow. He gave up on the Trebs. Oh, God, the King is out! The King is out! Oh, no! Is he running, though? Okay. Orange has lost a lot of stuff here, but so is Yellow. Oh, my God. The King is there! Roberts! Roberts! No! No, Roberts! Please notice it! He's not going to notice it! No! Mangudai! No! That's so sad! Oh, man. We thought he would lose. But we didn't think he would lose like that. He had his king in the castle with the Mangudai and some army earlier. And then I think he felt like he needed more army. And then the king was out and about. I don't know if Yellow noticed it. I don't know if he just was like, what? How did I win the game? But oh, it all ends there for Robert. Disappointing, obviously, for him because with 149 years remaining, it kind of felt like maybe it was doable. Truthfully, though, like, I think Yellow was still going to beat him after that. Yellow would have cleared out the majority of Orange's army. Yellow had a big wave engaging against this. And then we also would have had bomber cannons. And if you look at the stockpile, Robert didn't have a lot remaining. Yellow still had a lot remaining. I think it was most likely going to come down to the final moments. Like, maybe sub 50 years on the Wonder Countdown. But I think this German name that I cannot pronounce wins this game. and wins it quite handily. But it was a great game. It wasn't all about yellow. We had so many interesting characters in this one. Feels like a long time ago, but like Crackers and Sheriff and Freeloading, those three just making so many waves on the mid stages of this game. And then things got very interesting when it was down to the final four. Obviously, shout out to Rodrigo. I say this a lot because people are like, oh, I'm not sure I want to play in a community game because I think I might be picked on. Even if you end up getting killed off early like our friend Rodrigo here, you are still affecting the game, right? Rodrigo was killed, and then everyone was like, yo, this freeloading guy, he ain't it. We can't trust him. We don't like him at all. And that played a role. Now, that's just an example. We also saw many other instances about how players who have died within this game have some type of ripple effect throughout the rest of the game. Sheriff being the next big example. He died very early on, and he was surprised by Lieutenant Crackers. But when he was out, it pretty much destined Freeloading to have no true ally on this side. So a good game here. It was just under the 3-hour mark of game time, which means it was a short game by community standards. KD was incredible there for McBeast. And McBeast, well, he had a great Diplo game. He was talking all around to Freeloading earlier on in the game, and then some of the other players later. This game really did... It could have gone so many different directions from the middle of it, but I wouldn't have predicted this ending. I would have predicted, if anything, like yellow and green would have been friends, as they had planned out behind everyone's back. That didn't really pan out. Red made sure of that. I would have predicted that maybe it was like yellow and red doing something. But then Lieutenant Crackers had something to say when he floated his king on into red's base, and then red struggled to recover from there. Okay, resources collected here. 60 plus K gold for the big three with gold collection. That was red, green, and yellow in this game. We had a lot of food for yellow, 135,000 food bank. That's almost double everyone else's, if not triple or quadruple, depending on who you're looking at. Again, the kill stats were there. Some of those stats not too pretty for these players, but that's pretty much it. I'm not sure if there's anything else of importance I needed to look at here. What a great game, though. Seriously. And people on YouTube who saw that, please let me know what your favorite moment was. My favorite moment was when Red, he outbid himself, or he completely went around about trying to show that he's strong and show that he's rich, while also offering to give some money to someone the wrong way. And then obviously Robert, like, I'm not good at math. I'm not a mathematician. What do you expect from me? Oh, yeah, the stone count. What was the stone count? Actually, maybe we should check a couple other stats. I don't know. Hardy might already have taken me out of the video. Castle count. Is that up here? Maybe people on YouTube won't see it. 26 castles. Honestly, I'm not impressed. There were a lot of foundations you didn't finish before you died, Crackers. Step it up. 26 castles, and then it was the stone collected. Stone. Poof. 27,000 stone. But that stone is also part of why he got attacked. In some ways, he kept infiltrating people's bases. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I think Crackers realistically got attacked because he tried to kill Orange and guessed incorrectly. Because he killed off Gray, who was upset with him, but he killed off Gray before Gray could do anything against him.